Hello, and welcome to a stream. One of many. I do quite a lot of these. It's a Chib. Hello, how you doing? Hello, hello, hello. In response to your hey, hey, hey. Yeah. Welcome to Final Fantasy VIII Drawthrough. Final Fantasy VIII. I think we're sticking with that title. Why not? It's tradition. Yeah. So let's swap over to the what's it. There it is. Wonderful title. So last time we introduced ourselves to this weird and wonderful world of Final Fantasy VIII. I'm not sure what the world's called. You may or may not be drawing the non-binarity. Other than that, you feel kind of Oh, that's not good. We want you to feel we don't want you to feel we want you to feel yeah. That's how that kind of works as a motivational thing, doesn't it? Sort of. Someone get on that. Someone turn that into a motivational poster. This piece of music's weird. A lot of the soundtrack's weird, to be honest. Looking forward to replacing it. You feel yeah about this stream. Hopefully I can live up to that. So my voice is a bit weird today. My apologies. But well, I don't apologise on behalf of pollen and all these sorts of things. It's a miss. Hello. Good luck remaking the soundtrack. I'm 3 down, 66 to go. Hopefully, well, maybe you'll hear one of them in the background today. Probably. It's on random, so we'll find out. What are Kyle's clothes? Oh, I don't know. Long white jacket that sort of goes down to the feet. Low cut vest sort of thing. Big boots, baggy trousers, I guess. That's my... Well, let's do a quick recap. Here's Kyle, here's Simon. These are our two angsty anime boys, who we begin the story with, who have a sword fight, and they hurt each other. They give each other scars on the face, as young rivals / lovers do. And Simon ends up in the hospital, being a bit knocked unconscious and all that sort of stuff, where they meet Dr. Dr. Octa. You know that you're just using a picture of Carl for reference. Oh, right. I don't know. There are weirder clothes to come, I'm sure. While we're in the hospital, we get told off by our doctor, and we get the name disappeared apparently. Was that in a different layer? No, whatever. And we meet our instructor, Velma here, who is wildly inappropriate. Carl's not wearing a shirt underneath his vest, which is a choice. Yeah. You wait till we do Final Fantasy X. No one's wearing a shirt in that. So yeah, and we also see Dishonored Jessie behind a bit of glass. She knows our name. She says, "Oh, Simon, what are you doing?" And then she walks off. Then we don't get introduced to the fact that we're in a space potato called Balam Garden. Best learn anatomy then. Yes, there's a lot of pecs in Final Fantasy X. And yeah, we then bump into a new student who's late for her class. Oh, we go to class, we get admonished for not doing our coursework, and we have to go off and do our coursework. Before we can do that, we bump into a new student, we show her around, and then we leave. We then go out into the field with our now inappropriately dressed instructor, where we are given 2 mythical creatures in the form of a feather snake and a shiny lady. And we go and... Oh yeah, we get to the cave, and there are some weird cult people in front of it, who are apparently belong to our space potato. And they give us instructions on what we're supposed to do and how long we have to do it and all that sort of stuff. We've got to do our coursework, and our coursework involves enslaving a demon. So we do that. We enslave a demon. They are now amongst the feather serpent and the sparkly lady. So we have 3 friends now. After that, we return and we get ready for our exam. Our exam, we learn, is defending a town against imminent invasion. So that's our, as you do in a military academy, your exam involves active warfare. So here we meet the people that we're going to be going on the exam with. Kyle meets up. He is our squad leader for the exam. He's also doing the exam. Naturally, I know. So Kyle's our squad leader, and doesn't he like to gloat about it? He does. He comes along with his non-binarity friends. They're not coming on the squad I assume they're younger, I don't know, or just not doing the exam. They're not on the team, but they're just here because they're with Kyle. That's what they do. This is the person who's sort of in charge of the whole... Person who's in charge of the whole affair. I don't know why Velma's coming along, but apparently she is. This is the headmaster. This is Headmaster Fly. He gives us a little bit of a insight as to what's going on here. We've been hired by the town because apparently an invasion is coming. They don't know why, but we need to make sure that we hold them back. That's our plan. We'll learn more about that on the way. But for now, that's what we're doing. However, a squad, it does not consist of 2 people. It does not consist of Kyle and Simon. No. We need someone else. And thus we are introduced to person number 3. Who I will now attempt to draw. It is difficult to draw a character who is perpetually in motion, but I'm going to try. How do action pose? I don't know. Oh look, I've drawn someone with no neck again. They're being supportive friends. One of them ending all of their sentences with "you know," and the other one having sentences consisting entirely of a single word. But supportive nonetheless. I don't know how I'm going to draw you. So, this isn't the first thing I've drawn today, but it feels like it. Yeah, actually, I'm like that. That's more like it. Boisterous, I think, is the word. I like this music. It's very, very unfitting for this particular point in the game. Just to remind you that this is a fantasy game. Here's some evil organ music. Oh, I know how to draw. Given a thumbs up. I remember that's it. So in the introductory cutscene, every character in the game who joins your party has an introductory cutscene. Simon's obviously was a sword fight. This is the second one. This introductory cutscene consists of this character punching the air for about 20 seconds, then does some backflips, and then thumbs ups at the camera. Oh, and winks as well. So. Has he got? Not really. He's got. You dislike them? They're, well, you know. You like him now? There's his enthusiastic boy. It's Akira. Hello. Oh, you have a pink name today on my screen. What is that hair? It's the hair of the good punchy boy. He's practicing his martial arts. His weapons are his fists and knuckle dusters. Which is mildly more realistic than a sword with a gun in it, but there you go. How do show off arms? They're not particularly buff, they're quite slender, but they're very fast. Agile puncher. Is this how arms work? No, it's not. But don't worry about it. Look at that tiny arm. What is he? Well, he's wearing his uniform at the moment, so. My drawing is very rough today. Apologies, but I have much to draw and I don't have time to draw it. Oh yeah, he also has a face tattoo. I'm going to forget to draw this for most of the draw through. So this might be the only time you see it. It's not something like that. Give him a slightly rounder face. It's not... Yeah, he's got it. I just always forget the tattoo's there, but it is. And it's quite conspicuous. But you know, you see this character in like... The character's face in the original takes up like 7 pixels on the screen, so... It's not a lot of detail. But you see it very clearly in the cutscene, so... I imagine he speaks like Bill and Ted. I don't know whether that's accurate, but that's what I think. I can also imagine he's wearing trainers right now. But is this Ted? Which one's Ted? The blonde-haired one, yeah. Only with slightly spikier hair and a Mike Tyson tattoo. Sort of less snarky and more sort of like, hey, look at me, I did a thing. It's sort of like, it's a bit like Kyle in a sense, kind of a show-off, but a show-off in a very childish way, more than a, oh, look at me, I'm amazing. More like, look at what I can do! He's a doggo? Yeah, I'll go with it. Anyway, who's this? Name them. So they join our team. Their suits are actually quite nice. Their uniforms, I should say. I don't even know if they're suits. It's difficult to tell. They're quite intricate. But they look more interesting than this anyway. So. But this is what you get. It's fine. Energetic, yes. Like I say, he does backflips and all these sorts of things. Very much showing off his punchy skills. He likes a good punch. Blonde and energetic with face markings. Is a reference for the what? You name him. No, you name him. Anyway, suffice it to say, the moment that Kyle works out that this friend is going to be in our party, he immediately bullies him. I believe the word that he uses is chicken wuss. That becomes his recurring nickname for this character. I don't think it's a word. I think it's 2 words, but it becomes a word in the game. Such is Kyle's, I don't know, disposition, I guess. Anyway, so this is Punchy Boy, whatever they may be called. And we're all going on a mission together. So, and this is our team, by the way. It's Simon, Kyle, and Punchy Boy. So we get in a car, and we drive to Balam. If you remember, we're in Balam Garden, but Balam, the town, is nearby. It's a port. And we're going to go there and get on a boat. Ted is fine. This game is animated, though you don't need to add Ted. Look, we have Simon and Kyle. I'm sure Ted will fit in, but I'm happy for anything else. You're saying blonde, energetic with face markings. Your first thought was Pikachu. I'm happy with Pikachu. I'm perfectly happy to call him Pikachu. It sounds a little bit like Chicken Wuss. Chickawoo, Pikachu, kind of. Yeah, we'll go Pikachu. So this is Pikachu. That's what was a ninja and you blame some friends, don't worry about it. I assumed it was an anime thing that I didn't get, so that's fine. So we now have Kyle, Simon, and Pikachu. They are the squad that are being sent, along with other squads. This isn't just us. We're part of a larger operation. But we are being sent to a city called Dolit. Is it a city or a town? Yeah, it's a big town, small city. Which is apparently under attack. So we go to Balam. We got in a boat. I'm not going to draw them. We will return there later at some point. I'll draw it then. It looks like a nice sort of Spanish resort village. It's the best way I can really describe Balam. But anyway, so we get on a boat and we head out to Dolit. Inside the boat, we are given our briefing. How much of this do I want to bother drawing? Not much. Let me just roughly draw the briefing as I recall. We are given our briefing by this character whose name I have forgotten. Not that character. This character. Anyone remember what she's called? I don't think she had a name. She's not particularly important. She's relevant largely for this scene and a scene in after this operation, basically. And then we'll forget that she ever existed. She does crop up occasionally, but not in any useful capacity. Anyway, so she's on the boat and she is our sort of tactician, I guess. And she instructs us as to what's going on. So what's happening is there is a town with all sorts of wibbly buildings and streets, going off in all sorts of directions, and I can't be particularly bothered to draw it all. Here's some buildings, here's some stuff, and some more things, and there's all sorts of bits and bobs. Anyway, there's a central plaza with a fountain in it, and it sort of spikes off in lots of directions. There's like this way goes out to outside, not the town. This way goes off. I think there's like a hotel over here, and this way is a communications tower. But what we have to do is we have to hold this central area, get there, make sure the enemy doesn't get into it or through it or past it or anything like that. So this is our objective. Hold plaza. That's our job. Simple. Catch you accidentally closing your web browser. Nothing happened. We called Punchy Boy Pikachu, and now we're being given a briefing on what we're doing. This is a rough map of the town. As you can see, extremely detailed. And our job is to go to the town, fight off lots of invading Galbadian forces, because they are being invaded by the forces of Galbadia. I don't know whether it's pronounced Galbadia. That's how I pronounce it in my head. It might be Galbadia. Who knows? But we'll be hearing that word a lot. So if Galbadia is annoying, let me know now. But yeah, so the Galbadian forces are attacking. We don't know why, but we know that they are, and we just need to go in there. Our little team, we just need to go there, hold the plaza, everything's grand. Oh, there is a bridge here. That's not particularly relevant, but it's there. Is it there? No, it's not. The bridge is here. This is the bridge. There's a pub here. Pub. And there's like a junk shop here. And here's a beach. And that is how we will be arriving. We'll be getting in by beach, rounding up some towns, getting here, and then defending it. That's our goal. So what follows is my brother's favourite cutscene in any Final Fantasy game, because it's basically D-Day. There is a cutscene of here are some beaches. Here's the beaches. Here are some big old barricades for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why there are barricades in a city that's only just been invaded. I guess the Galbadian forces are quick. You think that's how you pronounced it too? Good, marvellous. This is not going to be a repeat of Chocobo. Or Yuffie, or Tifa, or Jenova, or basically any name from a Final Fantasy. I think Tonberry's right. I'm not going to give up on Tonberry. Anyway, there are some defences here, and basically we have a bunch of ships that are all coming in. They're like big old. How do you draw like a big? Big like battleships with hatches on the top and these things are like, and they've got like landing things that are going to open up when you get there, and these things, there's lots of these just sort of racing through the water all the way. We're part of this force. Some of them are crashing into the things, and I can't be bothered to draw them. It's a big old cutscene. It sets the mood of the game, which is, hey, this has a military theme. Yeah, so this happens, we get to the beach, and then there's like a big old area up here and some stairs. We got up there and everything's grand. And we go to the town proper, which is over here somewhere. Things. The town looks... It looks nice. I don't know. Brick buildings, sort of feels vaguely French. I don't know. You said Tifa and Yuffie that way too? Yay, I'm not alone. Pronunciations are hard. You're going to be away from the keyboard for a bit, going to walk around a local park, still listening and watching though. Have a grand old time. I hope you have a good walk. I need to get out more in general, but also in particular to have a walk. I'll do that at some point. But for now, draw-throughs. Look, this is my wonderful illustration of warfare. I'm sure if I was a modern artist, I could sell this for quite a lot of money. But for now, that's the introduction you get, and it's all very exciting. And watch the pre-rendered cutscene because it's better than. Also, I think Simon is having a look out of one of these. The hair blowing in the wind. There. Get back on the boat. Oh, the Alzheimer's walk. Yes, I forgot. Yes, good luck. That was a good time. You're doing good. Kiro's doing good, unsurprisingly. Yeah, I believe actually the reason he's up there is because he was told to go up there by Kyle. Kyle is asserting his power as squad leader to make Simon do stupid things. While he's bullying Pikachu. So yeah, Kyle tells him to go up and look and see where we are and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So we crash land onto the shores of this city or town. Dollet. Dollet. Is it 2 T's? Is it 1 L? 2 L's, 2 T's, and an E on the end. That's what it is now. So Kyle is bullying Pikachu, absolutely. So we land, and we get in, and we fight some soldiers. The soldiers have helmets that are suspiciously like the soldiers from Final Fantasy VII, I always thought, as the 3 red eye dot things. I guess I can draw one, why not? Sorry. They have swords, but their swords don't have guns in them. They hold their swords up, so you know they're edgy. No, you stop doing that. I remember how these things work. I think we've got a thing, and then there's like lights here, and there might be like a strap on them around it, something like top. They got big old pauldrons, because it's fantasy. Point the sword. Nah, oh, you and your jokes. You and your jokes, honestly. Yeah, largely they wear blue. They have different colours for different ranks, as we shall see. Well, we won't see because I'm not colouring these. But as I will indicate shortly. Because we are going to meet, funnily enough, 2 other characters who I'm not going to let you name. Yep, this is how arms work. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, there will be another character before that you can name. These are elite soldiers. Look at them. Elite. It's fine. Demand your money back, Badvok. I demand my money, Badvok. There's a reference to a 80s sitcom. Yeah, this is arms, right? They've got big old bangles, probably. The Final Fantasy game. There's always big old bangles. That's probably good. Yeah, like that. This is how you hold a sword, right? Love it. So these are the invading forces. The Galbadians. Yeah, and they're attacking and doing stuff. And we fight them off. Boom, ba-bang, pa-pow, splat. Somebody just handed it to him. It's definitely how you hold a sword, absolutely. No wrist movement, not at all. What am I meant to do with this, Steve? Hold that thought. So, eventually, we get our way to the plaza. And in the plaza, here's a fountain, as suspected. Here's a fountain. While we're in the plaza, we fight some more enemies. Lots of enemies fighting happening here. The fighting of many an enemy. Here's a rough approximation of a fountain. Oh, yeah, this music's weird, isn't it? I think there might be a statue on it, actually. I don't know. It's something like that. Doesn't particularly matter for our purposes. This is a thing in the middle of the thing. Now, we have to defend it. So we have, I think there's a hotel here. L'hotel. There's a path up here which is obstructed by some big old vans. These are the van, or the like trucks of the soldiers. Some more buildings here. This is how perspective works. There's a path up here. And we're just sort of hanging around. Should we just fall into Alice in Wonderland? What is this music? You have no idea. And you won't do for many weeks. But suffice it to say, you might be asking that question again. It's not really Alice in Wonderland, but definitely like, is this the same game? So Kyle's bored. He wants to see some action. whereas we were told to stay here and look after stuff. Kyle's not wearing his uniform, he's still wearing his big old coat. Because he's the squad leader, he can do what he wants. I will say one thing. This music doesn't even particularly, in my opinion, fit the place it's supposed to fit. So it's just weird. It's just really weird. Yeah, I don't think there's any point with the no. Apart from when it says the end, I don't think there's any point in the game where you can say it doesn't get weirder from here. I think that's safe to say. So, if you think things are going to plateau, stick with it. Like, right up till the post-game credits. Simon's also bored, but he's always bored because he's an angsty teen, so that's not particularly anything new. He can deal with that. Am I ever going to learn how to draw your hair? With Sonic, it was easy. Just a big old spike. Yeah, whatever, I get the idea. This is making up for the fact that I had to trim 2 minutes of me complaining about not being able to draw his hair last time. Out of the VOD, because copyright. So yeah, we're just sort of standing here. Still don't completely understand this game and never will. So much weirdness. It's peculiar. That's why I say it's by far the most anime. Some people think Final Fantasy VII's anime. Not entirely sure why. Because they haven't played 8. Yeah, so we're here. Not doing a lot. I think what Pikachu's actually doing at the moment is punching the air, because that's what he does when he's excited. But what I'm actually going to draw him doing is what I imagine he probably should be doing, which is petting a dog, because there's a dog here. It's the first dog you meet in the game, and you can say hello, and they're alright. They're a good dog. You ask us to prepare for weirdness, but you have to draw it. True. I think all the dogs in this game have really long ears for some reason. So I'm going to draw that. Apart from one. We'll get to that. It really is so much anime. You were half listening? What do you want explained? The anime, or? You say there's a dog in this game without ears. No, all of the dogs in this game have long ears, except for one. Which has, not really short ears, just normal sized ears. But it's just weird that that's the only dog I know in this game that doesn't have really long ears. Very confused. Yeah, no, that would be... I don't think there's a dog in the game with no ears. There might be. Sounds like somebody got that joke wrong. What do you call a dog with no ears? A no-eared dog... No, wait, hang on. That's not that. There's a dog in the game with 6 ears. It's looking a bit like Tintin here. You know, the more I think about it, the more I think Pikachu's more like your typical, like, anime protagonist. They got the spiky hair, they got the boundless enthusiasm, the optimistic punchiness. It's weird that they went with the moody one for the main character. Anyway, there's a dog. So we're holding this place and we're holding it relatively well. But unfortunately our team captain is getting a little bit... Team captain? I guess so. Makes it sound like a quiz. Our team captain is getting a little bit impatient. And is basically trying to find any excuse to do anything other than stay here. Fortunately, the dog howls. Oh, literally howls for some reason. And we take that as a sign to hide. We do. We hide behind the fountain. Don't ask me why. And as we do so, a whole bunch of soldiers, way more than we could handle, run past. From here, I think, around to here. While we're hiding over here somewhere. And it seems relatively clear. If I finish off this picture a little bit and then apply some sort of very peculiar forced perspective. And there's a cliff. This is a bridge. And we're going up all sorts of lumpy bumpy bits. It seems relatively clear that what they're heading towards is the old abandoned communications tower at the top of the hill. That perspective looks absolutely perfect. Don't worry about it. I think there's like a stick sticking up or something. So our team leader decides, in his infinite cocky wisdom, that he's going to go there. Because if that's what they're after, and we can stop them, we're going to be heroes and all that. Also, he's bored. So he asks us what we think. Pikachu says we've got to stay here. There's also a dog, so I want to stay here. And Simon says, no, I don't care. So they end up going, and they leave the place they're supposed to be and go up the wibbly wobbly windy road all the way up to the communications tower. On the way they fight a giant snake. That happens. It's not a boss, it's just a thing. And yeah, we go to the communications tower. Simon says, get a grip, Kyle. I think what he says is, that's about right. Actually, no, what he says is, well, you're the team leader. And Kyle goes, see, I knew you wanted to. That truck is huge. Just realised. Anyway, this is perspective notwithstanding. This is a cubist work. Yeah, we head up to the communications tower, directly disobeying orders. But we're doing it. Because that's where they're going. We want to head them off at the pass, even though they're already on their way. So we get to the communications tower. Let's see if I can draw this scene relatively well. This is how perspective works? There's probably some rocks here, or whatever. Yeah, it's futuristic. There's got to be corners on the doors. That works. Even though this is old, it's abandoned, so it probably doesn't have to be that futuristic. This doesn't make any sense, so we can do that instead. Right on the edge of a cliff, that's what I'm trying to make out, and we're looking down on it from above, kind of. Old is futuristic. Imagine how futuristic the world is if the futuristic things are old. This is post-futuristic. This is miniaturistic. Anyway, we're here. Well, we are here. We're laying down, having a look. But we're kneeling down. Guess who's who? Again, this isn't particularly important right now, but I'm drawing it. So we are here, we're looking over, and we're looking in to see what's going on, and a bunch of soldiers are walking into futuristic angles. Bunch of soldiers with their weird hats. And big old shoulder bits. Don't think I've ever heard that bit. They're all running in, trying to get into this thing. So, our valued team leader decides that it's a good idea to jump off the cliff and chase them in. There's literally this path over here comes out here, if he just wanted to wait. But no, he's going to jump off the cliff. Hope you like this character. They're dead now. No, they're fine. It's anime. Oh, YouTube, yes. Shush. He has now left our party. He's off doing his own thing. There it goes. There we are, arrival, also so incredibly stupid. Because we're also incredibly stupid. You just wait. Yeah, we come to... Hero knows. So yeah, he jumps off. So we're down a person. Which is unfortunate. But you know, it's anime, so you know what happens. That's right. Deus Ex Writinger. And just over the crest of this hill, over here somewhere, someone pops in. New person who just arrives. They fall down the hill actually. And then they land. And they land approximately in this position, which I'm going to attempt to recreate without looking slightly creepy. They're also winking. Everyone winks in this, it's fine. Maybe they have an eye infection. They wink. The last, like, 3 frames of their animation is them winking. And also, yes, you guessed it, it's anime. Can't have an anime without good old peace sign. Again, I will attempt to be a little more. However, one thing we might observe, if I can draw correctly, which is, it's a big if, I don't know how to draw this character's face, which is annoying, because I already have. This is not the best angle to be doing it from. Really go up. Oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. You get the gist, right. If you have a good memory, this is the new student who we bumped into earlier on. What a coinky-dink. There was a reason I introduced them and drew them. She got really lost for class. No, she's also at the exam. She's a new student, but she's not. It makes sense. Is it a spoiler to that? It's not a spoiler. She's an exchange student. She's just gotten to our school, but she is of the right age to be doing this exam, I guess. This war exam. How do... Yes, you did just fall on her face as she got in here. It's fine, don't worry about it. Anime to its core, absolutely. You wait till you see the justification for the flirting teacher. I guess proper anime it wouldn't justify. It would just go, no, that's normal. Anyway, care to name this character? So, you don't want to know. It becomes less creepy, but still very unprofessional. So yes, she, it turns out, has a message for our leader, and she's been looking for us for ages. We're supposed to be in the square. Why aren't we in the square? But she has a message for the team leader, and we say, well, he's just jumped off a cliff. And she says, oh, that's a pity, and then she jumps off the cliff. We then decide it's a good idea, since literally everybody else is doing it, peer pressure, to jump off the cliff. Actually, in the game, you have a choice. You can decide not to, and just walk around if you want. Which I think ends up getting you a better score in the exam. I think, yes, you get a score on this exam. So yes, we now have 2 incessantly smiley characters in our party. She has just literally fallen down a hill. Yeah, so she jumps off the cliff, you jump off the cliff to follow her, and you all go into the communications tower. Any idea for a name for this character? Oh no, there's no rush, I guess, because the next characters we meet you can't name. Hello. That's alright. Don't worry. No apologies. You are beholden to do nothing. I just give you the opportunity. If not, I shall name her. Oh, by the way, I will, after you've named her. You got pulled away by the nephew. How are they doing? Are they alright? There's a bunch of rocks. She just fell down a cliff. And then jumped down a cliff. She's adventurous. Also, her weapon is nunchucks. So I guess I better draw those. They're doing good. Currently wrapped in a blanket, screaming on a pig in a blanket, rolling about on the floor. Oh, kids. Everyone has such practical weapons. I know. So far in our party we have gun and sword, fists, and nunchucks, and a whip. They're not in our party at the moment, but they will be. J-Man. Oh. So many hearts. Yeah, so we go into the communications tower, and so on and so forth. Well, not so on and so forth. I have to explain what so on and so forth is. But here's some rocks. There's some makeshift grass. When I scribble like this, I mean this is grass. That's what I mean. Shorthand. She's hard to name because she's a very generic anime girl character. Oh yes, she will get very generic anime girl. Very squee and everyone should love one another, that kind of thing. Although I think she says that as a joke. But she does say that. Happiness and love. Jenny Eric. I'll go with Jenny Eric, why not? I would never give her a soul? We'll go with Jeremy Eric for now. That's fine. She's a shell of a character. We'll work something out. She does actually have a bit of depth to her. She's kind of like... She's optimistic in the face of... She's optimistic to try and make people in bad situations feel better, if that makes sense. She's the smiling face knowing that she's trying to make people who... She's trying to, I don't know, alleviate terrible situations. She's that kind of character. But I'm happy to call her Jenny. It's a nice name. We'll get onto that later. But she's definitely the kind of... she's not blind to misery, but she will try and get you out of it. So that's Jenny Eric, and we meet her, and she joins our party. And we go into the communications tower, and we take the lift up to the top of it, where we see a little cutscene with two characters. One of them is fiddling around with some electronics. And the other of which I think is just popping along. We're at like the very top of the tower at this point. There's like big old, well, not the very top. Some big old bits of metal and stuff. It's a big old circular platform, like mesh floors, and if you don't like heights, this is not a good place to be, put it that way. And then there's like cables running up things and big old displays with buttons and fuses and all these sorts of bits and bobs. Anywho, but if your enemy doesn't like heights, it's a great place to put them. True. So here, here is the lift as it would come up. Approximately like that. And here is character number 1, who I will attempt to draw. Let's have them sort of looking this way. They are an Galbadian soldier, but they are big and they are red, indicating that they are not an ordinary grunt. They have some sort of significance. In fact, I can't remember exactly the. Let's say what's a relatively high position in the army. Not too high, not too low, just relatively high. Do you know what? I've forgotten which one's which. There's the thing. Captain, we'll go with captain for now. So we'll say that this guy's a captain. Okay, I might get the names mixed up a little bit. But generally speaking, you're gonna get the idea. I'll go with the one that makes sense? No, not really. Both names actually work. Anyway, this guy's messing around with the control panel. And think of the one that makes the most sense and do the opposite. Okay. Right. In that case, this is Grumpy Jesse. Big old bangles and stuff. This is Grumpy Jesse. Callbacks again. Like if we've set a precedent in one of the draw-throughs that a recurring name is a certain thing, then that name has to recur. So you named them Grumpy Jessie. And what they're doing is like I say, they're trying to sort out all of this communications tower business. They're putting out big old boots because they're easy to draw. By the way, this track is called Martial Law. It's one of my favourites on the soundtrack. Don't know why. It's nice. The shoes could be in Kingdom Hearts. I've already got like crossed belts and stuff, so already delving into trademark issues. And good electric piano solo as well. Bit of jazz. FFVIII characters are in Kingdom Hearts. They are, and the main character is renamed for reasons I don't really understand. Yeah, Simon has a different name in Kingdom Hearts. I guess they didn't like the name Simon. I'll give you a big belt. Anyway, this is Grumpy Jessie, and who should come up the lift? Which is not in perspective, but don't worry about it. But Wide Jessie. It's grumpy and wide. Yes, it is. This is a true Final Fan Jessie after all. If you're just joining us, don't worry, it doesn't make sense. Now we just need Jessie and the gang's complete. Is there someone in this game called Jessie? How do you salute? Kind of thing. Anyway, he's saluting. Make someone in this game called Jessie. Yeah, sure. We've just gotten a Jenny in our party. I will say... No, actually, I won't say that. I was going to say, we've given our characters quite normal names, like Simon and Kyle and Jenny and Pikachu. No, we haven't really, have we? So... Since you asked me to do the thing that makes least sense, I've drawn this hand, which makes no sense. Pikachu is the most normal name. It's ubiquitous. Everyone knows it. Time to boot up the random name generator. The one they used in this game. The names in this game make no sense. I would just like to say that Jenny's actual name in this game is, at the time, is quite a nice name. I personally like the name. I thought it sounded good. I didn't know anyone called that, but it was a nice name. Now, you can't really use it because her name is Selfie. Unfortunately, a little bit ruined by the times. But she's called Jenny in our version, so it's fine. So, yes, Wide Jessie comes up and says, oh, all the plans are working, we're getting all the machinery up and running. Grumpy Jessie is grumpy, actually. This is the reason I couldn't really decide which name because he's simultaneously wide and grumpy. And is saying, oh, this better work. I'm already in trouble with the superior officers and so on and so forth. But we'll get it done. Oh, why do I have to be the one who does this job? Ah, it's bloody annoying. You can see how Selfie would be a nice name. It is. Like Selkie, yeah. Yes, it is PH, yeah. But alas, people with phones on their cameras have rather ruined it. Anywho, enough of linguistics. So yeah, he pops up, they have a little conversation, they have a little... Clearly they work together, and they've been working together for a while. Yeah, and then Wide Jesse goes away and does some other bits and bobs, leaving Grumpy Jesse to continue doing the work here. You didn't see me, alright? Yeah, just wanted to keep it. Then, while Grumpy's head is turned, perfect. Who should come up the lift but pause for effect. But no, this isn't Final Fantasy V. I'll give you a clue. It's Kyle. Well, he got in here first, so it makes sense. So yeah, the storytelling in this is not exactly chronological, because clearly this conversation between Grumpy and Wide was happening prior to us getting here, so. Oh yeah, I forgot about his tiny ears. And Kyle basically says, oh wait, what are you doing here? Stop it. I have a sword, and I'm gonna slash you with it. Because I am professional. And so what he does is he slashes him with the sword. As you do. I can't remember the exact order in which things happen. I'm pretty sure... Okay, let's tell it in this order. No guarantees that this is exactly correct as how the scene goes, but it doesn't particularly matter. So he slashes and knocks Grumpy Jesse onto the floor. His coat's going to get billowier and billowier as time goes on. It's fine, don't worry about it. I've got to draw things very quickly. Put that down before you hurt yourself. What happened literally 3 days ago. That's what happened. Nearly forgot. And yeah, Grumpy Jesse, I think, says something along the lines of, what? We don't want to hurt anyone. We're literally just here to turn on this tower. It's an old tower. We just want to turn it on. That's it. Stop sticking things in our face. At which point, everyone else pops up. Here is my shorthand for everyone else. Yeah, we turn up, and we turn up just in time to see Wedge surreptitiously behind his back with a spanner. No, sorry, what's his name? Grumpy Jesse, that's the one. Ignore what I said. Grumpy Jesse surreptitiously behind his back activates a button. You're here. You're also here. This is my... this is the team! Look at them go. No Wedge, Grumpy Jesse, it's fine. That's probably also the wrong name. Don't worry about it. What a team. They're great. The 3 bowling pins, they call them. So... I like how I've probably drawn Kyle more accurately more times than I have our protagonist. That says something about the beginning of this game. Simon, you're such a mood. He will never... There might be 2 or 3 instances in this game where Simon's eyes open more than halfway. But boy, will they be emotional. Will they? I don't know. So, yes, just in time for Wedge to jam a spanner into the works, literally. And bingo bongo, lots of lights happen. And what happens is this old communication tower, a big old hatch opens up somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. This perspective makes no sense. Sorry. No, wait. Why just... I had this trouble at the beginning of the first draw-through as well. Grumpy Jesse. That's the one. Grumpy Jesse sticks a spanner in the works. Grumpy Jesse wedges a spanner in the works. That's what I was trying to say. And some stuff pops out at the top of the communications tower. Basically, a big old satellite dish. And it's with a ridiculous number of antennae in it. All of which are buzzing with electricity, and this literally shoots light out of it. So that's now a thing. Don't think that's how satellite dishes work. It's futuristic. Let's not get bogged down in the level of technology in this world, because let's just not. But bear in mind, this is old and decommissioned, so they had to turn it on to do this. So yeah, big old satellite dish opens up, lots of sounds and lights and fireworks and all these sorts of things. And anyway, why Jesse pops back in. Hello, sir. Are these people giving you trouble? At which point Grumpy Jesse says, "Where have you been? I'm going to fire you if you don't help me." Whoop, there is no object to transform. "I'm going to fire you if you don't help me. You'll lose your job. Come on, quickly." And then we fight. And we have a fight with Wide and Grumpy. So let me just draw them in a fighting position very quickly for reasons. This is a boss fight, by the way, so I do have to draw it. But are the rules? They go wrestle. To be fair, Grumpy Jesse doesn't actually have a weapon. They just have big hands. Sorry, I forgot. It's like whatever. Stand in the smoke, yeah. Alas, you've already named them, so. You named no one. This was long before your time. It was actually, yes. You came in on the Northern Crater episode or stream of the Final Fantasy VII Drawthrough. Creature that looked like a beholder. It was a Malboro. Yes, I remember your little doodle of it. It was very cute. We will actually have to meet some of those later on if we want to get all of the Pokemon. Actually, if we're going to call the summons in this game Pokemon and we have a character called Pikachu, this might get confusing. I believe it's Marlboro. The Marlboro are the cigarettes, which they are named after because their signature move is Bad Breath. Hence the big old mouth. Pikachu is secretly a summons. They're strong enough. In actual combat, I use Pikachu as my main damage dealer because they're just very good. Pretending to be a human so as not to be captured. Yeah, I'll work with that. Battle music. Oh, actually, that's the point. We get a Pokemon from this. There's another. Well, we'll get onto that. I imagine you got sideburns. It's fine. Also a balaclava. Because why not? And big old hands. I think he used them a lot too. He's good. The interesting thing I found out about Final Fantasy VIII over the years is that it's broken. That much, you know, if you have played the game through, you will realize it is broken, mechanically speaking. But the interesting thing is, everyone has their own way to break it. There are so many ways you can break it, and everyone has their own favorite character to do it. Mine is Pikachu. Other good ones include Jenny. She's very good, if you're patient. And characters we haven't met yet. So, although actually I think Velma is, for reason. Should I say this? Velma has the ability to consume monsters whole, which is in certain situations quite powerful. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it's called. What is that ability called? Because she's the blue mage of our party, which is the one that learns abilities from monsters. And one of those abilities, Devour, I think it is. No, Devour is something else. I think anyone can learn that, but no, she has something else. I can't remember what it is. No, she does have Devour. Oh, I can't. You get the idea. Anyway, so we have a fight. Why Jesse's gonna fall over there. It's a blue mage thing, yeah. I think, is it Devour? It's something. Yeah, she literally the screen is censored while it happens. So we have a bit of a tussle. We have a bit of a friendly fight, by which I mean Devor. Well, that's where the word vor comes from, I guess. Same etymology. What was I saying? Yes. So we're fighting, and in the middle of the fight, just before anyone can actually get hurt, Kiro, how would you describe this thing? I want to say a dragon, but it's not accurate to call it a dragon, is it? Something comes along, and literally blows away with a whirlwind. Oh, grumpy and wide. They're still there. But they get blown away and replaced with a new boss. Oh yes, you thought you were fighting soldiers. No, you're fighting a dragon thing. It's not really a dragon. Can't really think of any other way to describe it. Spyro, you no. How do you draw this thing? I would like to explain at this particular point in time that I do not know where this thing comes from, nor where it goes, nor where it comes from, Cotton Eye Joes. No, I don't know what this thing is or where it comes from. It just happens. And you fight it. This is the bit that gets me. It's like... Can't think of another way to describe it. I know, it's just strange. Got big old creepy hands, I think. Does it actually have wings? I think it must do. This isn't a dragon. I know! And that's what I'm saying. I couldn't really think of another way to describe it. Creepy guy in a pot. Now that's their bottom half. It just sort of turns into a thing. It's salad fingers. I believe the name of this thing, if you want to, you know, a little bit of context, the name of this thing is El Noil. Why? I don't know. It's a winged demon-y thing, yeah, that's the best sort of description. I'm gonna give it some wings. It deserves bat wings. What's going on with the head? There's like little horny things, I think. This is not what it looks like. But I quite like it. It's going straight in the box when we capture it. This is not one of our Pokemon. Don't worry about it. But we can, to use the etymology that we introduced last time, suck the next Pokemon out of this. So that's something to look forward to. I'm going to give it a horn there as well, just to break up the head a bit. I think it's got like a that's a bit better. I don't know what this thing is. Like this kind of solid beard thing. I'm not even entirely sure it is a beard. I'm going to give it an evil mouth. It's not accurate, but it's the spirit that counts, and this is in the spirit of the thing. Great, you love this game. Can't remember sucking Simbashanks. No, we proved our worth to Simbashanks, and so we didn't have to suck him. We will be doing a mixture of sucking and proving over the course of the game to get our Pokemon. Elsa and Simbashanks wanted to be our friends, there was no suction. No, the first two, the Feather Serpent and Elsa, we just got them for free. They were part of our course. They were paid for by tuition fees. Simbashanks we had to fight. This is the first one we're going to suck. Whereas the game says draw. I kind of prefer the word suck, because it's awful. And would you believe it, it's another scantily clad woman. Oh yes, it is. Or strictly speaking, well, she's a woman. I think in this she is a woman. Oh yeah, because they're not. No, do you know what? I'm gonna go mythologically accurate. That's what I'm gonna do. Did we name the snake friend? I don't think we did. Most of these are named after things in either mythology or religion. So. I have no idea if you got that, but you have now. Yes, it's the Guinness lady. Snurd. I'll go Snurd. Snurd, Elsa, Simbashanks. This one. Yeah, let's go traditional. Speaking of traditional, let's go with the old Greek tradition of drawing. No, you're going to be standing up, actually. Which, when I change my mind on a drawing, is always a bad sign. Yeah, that'll do. What the animal you thought her lower half would comprise of. Well, you see, this this particular one is based off the sirens of the ancient Greek myth. And according to the ancient Greek myth, the sirens had legs like birds. So I'm just doing that. They're not mermaids, they're something different. I think she actually has human legs in the game, but hey. I just had to draw this, so I'm gonna have a bit of fun. So anyway, this is the friend that we suck from the horrible demon. Who is this chicken woman? You have to name her. If you want a little bit of a tidbit, her whole gig is that she makes people fall asleep. That's her thing. No, she doesn't. She makes people unable to use magic. She does something. She messes Jigglypuff. I guess this is Pokemon. Yeah, I don't think it is actually sleep, is it? It's silence. Something like that. I never used her, to be honest. But she's good for junctioning. You finished your drawing. Ooh, exciting. What's happening? We've just sucked a chicken lady out of a demon. You twittered it at me. Twittered it. I draw a siren, yes. There's the siren. Oh wow, look at that. I like the way the vest doesn't quite reach the trousers. On either of them, actually, either of the men. It was good designs. I retweet. Yeah. To be fair, the ancient Greek interpretation were birds. See, I'm not going mad. It was true. So I based it off Funbird, because why not? Well, you're only just learning this. Again, the problem is that they were found by the sea, because in the story they lured sailors, and people just mixed up the idea of mermaids and things that were by the sea that looked like women. So, but they had bird legs. Though usually those versions don't have arms. Did they not? I didn't know that. I guess they just sang. I'm just imagining now a chicken with a human head. Some didn't have arms, alright, that's fine. They probably also didn't have clam bras, but you know, this version does. So okay. Long story short, we got to the communication tower. They turned it on. We fought Wide and Grumpy, and ooh, look at that. That's going to end in misery. No, you want to go up. That's where you want to go. Oh yeah, you can feel free to give our Pokemon a name. That's the one on the left. We fought Wide and Grumpy. Then Demon came along, blew them away. We fought the Demon and got a Torchic. Jigglypuff or Torchic? I'll go with Torchic, I don't mind. Torchic? We'll go Torchic. Why not? So our Pokemon now will consist of Snurd, Elsa, Simbashanks, and Torchic. My brain is just dissolving. Do you know, I still remember all of the names of the characters from Final Fantasy VII. It's still in there. It's like a hard drive with corrupted data. So we do all that and everything's fine and everything's grand and so on and so forth. And we get back to the we get back to the communications tower, and Jenny names. Jenny says, "Oh yeah, I had a message for the team leader. You're the team leader, right?" And Kyle goes, "Yeah, I'm the team leader. I'm in charge. Yeah. Who wants to know?" Back to our originally scheduled programming of Kyle being a dumbass. Yes. Yeah, Jenny says, okay, we got this message. Here's the message. And Kyle says, read it out to me. She goes, okay. All troops are commanded to retreat and reconvene at the beach at 07:30 hours. And somebody looks at their watch and goes, that's like 30 minutes. We need to run quite quickly. Because we are not where we're supposed to be. And we spent a lot of time fighting a demon. So Kyle, in his infinite wisdom, runs off. Probably jumps off the top of the building, knowing him. But we take the lift. And so we have to leave. So we do. Unfortunately for us. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Right there, wide. This is the one. So now I think about it, there's a lot of lovable pairs of idiots in this game. I do like this standoff between Grumpy and Kyle. And there he goes. Unfortunately, after everyone's gone, and Grumpy is in my true innovative format, laying on the floor. A little bit worse for wear for being hit by a tornado. He, I don't know, he chucks his spanner. This is not what happens, but it's fine. Chucks his spanner into the machinery. As one final, screw you. And it hits a button and activates a thing. Now, and he chuckles because he knows what he's just done. This was a deliberate, it wasn't a kind of, I'm going to sabotage everything, because they were literally here to set this up. Hi, how you doing? So, what happens now is Kyle's sprinted off somewhere. We've lost him. He's doing whatever he's doing. Good leader, as always. And we are now exiting the communications tower. Now. Oh, I'm gonna have to write a waltz, aren't I? Oh, that's coming up. It's not too far away. Hopefully he's finding a shirt. No such luck. In fact, I don't think it's spoilers to confirm that he does, if anything, get progressively fewer clothes as the game goes on. Or should I say less clothing? That's probably a more accurate way of saying it. So we're here. We're just leaving, and we gotta hurry. I guess the whole time limit thing in the Simbershanks cave was basically just to introduce us to the idea of time limits, because they happen quite frequently in the game, and this is one of them, where we have a time limit and we need to go. We need to get back to that beach. Bowling pin crew. Now, as if we needed any more incentive to get there quickly. The button that Grumpy pressed activated a piece of machinery, which Grumpy actively instructs to get us, basically. At the risk of giving too many things away, Miss might not like this. but I'm gonna do my best. Now, strictly speaking, this is not a spider, it only has 4 legs. But it definitely moves like one. So this is XATM-092. And it's a big old spider, big old mechanical spider. Skitterbug. It's pretty big, remember this is in perspective. It's got sort of big pincery things. So yeah, and it's gonna jump off the thing. I think it's got like big hydraulic. It's a big old robot spider. Oh, and it's got like red eyes as well. So of course you put that on your big robot spider. Anyway, so that hops down and basically spends 30 minutes chasing us. It's not actually that long. You can take kind of as long as you like in the game to fight this. I think they are actually evil looking as well. But this was a communications tower. I assume they brought it with them. I don't know why that wasn't their first line of defense when we attacked them. They thought they'd just punch us rather than use the big robotic spider. If we're looking for loopholes, we'll be here longer than it will take me to draw the whole thing. Just put a little grill here. So yeah, and to make matters worse, I guess I don't know if this is entirely accurate, but I don't think it's reasonable to assume that you can kill this thing. You can temporarily stop it, you can put it out of action for a bit, but it'll always get up and it'll always keep coming at you. I think it does actually have a finite amount of health, but it's way beyond your capacity at this point in the game to actually kill it. So this thing's just gonna keep chasing you. It'll eventually catch you and you have to fight it, but it'll keep coming. Like a spider. Oh no, you can kill spiders easily. They're fine. This doesn't look anything like it, by the way. I feel like I have a fairly accurate picture of this in my head, but for some reason my hands are not complying. Don't worry about it. Either has 4 eyes or very thick eyebrows. Take your pick, they're literally lights. Just looked it up and you're not far off. I also like the fact I can remember its name. I believe it is XATM-092, or -092. 2 reasons I can remember that, I think. 1, you play the card game a lot in this game, and every monster and boss has a card. So yeah. I end up learning a lot of things. A lot of names and all these bits and bobs. But the other reason is I was born in '92, so and there's like an ATM. That's a sequence of letters I'm familiar with. Stick an X on the front. Easy to remember. That'll do. Anyway, we're running from this thing. It's not that big. Oh, this is the music that plays when the satellite dish comes up. Got this sort of... It's very grandiose music for the opening of a satellite dish. Simon can't legally run. He can run. Not happy about it. It's like if we would have stayed where we were supposed to be, if we would have followed orders. I like his hair in this. Do you know what? This looks nothing like this character at all. But I quite like it. Kind of feels more appropriate for this. Who they are. Having this sort of silly haircut. It's in his contract. He does have personality though. It's something. Hey, this is the music we made yesterday for this scene. Or Sunday. Perfect timing. This is why I called it It Won't Slow Down. Because it won't. It's a big old spider. I brushed it up a bit yesterday, so a bit of mixing and additional arrangements. Also, apologies for it being very quiet yesterday. I didn't realise how quiet it was on the stream. Yeah, that's the scene. Turn the music down a little bit. Right, so this all happens, we're running, and luckily for us we get there just in the nick of time, but the spider's still chasing us, so it's going to destroy the ship and all that sort of stuff. Fortunately, Deus Ex Anime again. To be fair though, this one does make a little bit of sense. We just about managed to get onto the landing craft. Simon literally jumps from the beach into the open hatchway of the landing craft. Here it is. It's screaming. Ah! But fortunately for us, we have a big old Gatling gun affixed to the top of the ship. Don't know why we weren't using that in the fight, but here we are. Yes, and fortunately for us, who should be ready to man or person the Gatling gun but our slightly dodgy teacher or instructor, Velma! Yes, she was waiting on the gun the whole time. This is inappropriate music. And so she saves our life getting into the thing. And Rat-a-tat-tat destroys the X-ATM over 9-2. Velma, yes. Your brain's not working right. You were just on Twitter and came back and was like, why is this person holding a giant watering can? It's a big old gun. I can draw guns. Absolutely. Yeah, so she rat-a-tat-tats the big old spider, and it's left as a heap of junk lying on the beach of a poor old town that got invaded, and now they've probably got to clean it up. Watering gun, splash the spider away. Fair enough. Velma's just being Velma. Yeah, and we return to Balam with our lives intact, if possibly not our egos. Yeah, we go sailing back to Dolet with a job poorly done, because we didn't hold the plaza and they turned the communication tower on, which seems to be what they were doing there in the first place. So all in all, a very successful trip. Yeah. And on that note, end of the stream. Put all your brain energy into drawing the non-binarities done clothing. It's something. Yeah. So, did you say you looked up the actual ones? Probably not. But actually, I do want to look up their actual clothes to see whether or not they're even worse. Oh, okay. It turns out their names are names of something else. Didn't know that. Turns out they are a mythological thing. Let's be more specific. Oh wow. Oh wow. They are some baggy trousers. My word. Like, I have not seen trousers like... What's that fact? What's what fact? It's gone. What was it? Oh, the baby dinosaur one. Yes. I mean, I put it in there. It's all all words and stuff, but I don't know. Every time I try and stream, it just comes up like that. Yeah, the large one of the non-binarity appears to have trousers whose sort of crotch area extends down below the knees. I don't want to show you, obviously, but how do you walk like that? I guess it's kind of like a more restrictive skirt. Harem pants, but like even like lower than you think. It's like you got like a black sack or something, and then just put boots over the bottom of it. Weird. Just like, can't be that convenient. By comparison, the eye patch one wearing perfectly sensible clothing. I quite like her outfit, actually. Cool. Anyway, enough of looking at things, that's cheating. So, I was going to say something, then it's gone. Oh look, King Vader. So, what was the thing I say? Can't even remember what it is now. So yeah, that's the one. Overall score, are they wearing better or worse clothes than in your drawing? Let's have a look. Where's my drawing? I'll rate mine, then yours, then the real ones. You can't see this, obviously. There it is. I would say that if the normal ones are at 100%, mine are, well, let's say the normal ones are 50% weird. Mine are probably like 60. Yours are, they make slightly more sense. So I would say 55. Between mine and the real ones. Yeah. Nothing really makes sense. This is Final Fantasy VIII. Nothing makes sense. Yeah. So thank you for coming along. Tomorrow we have a game stream. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might start spooky season early because it's like the last day of September. So, and I've got a lot of spooky things I want to get through. So, yeah. Some of them I want to do full playthroughs of. Other ones I want to do just one-offs. But yeah. You bring your blanket to hide in. I don't know how many of them are going to be scary. The first one might be. I don't know. But probably the rest of them are just going to be spooky. Because I prefer spooky over scary. Not a scary person myself, I like spooky things. Cuddle up and be spooked! Yes. So we might do a spooky thing tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. So yeah. Thank you everyone for coming along. And hopefully having a good time. With me desperately trying to draw anything to explain whatever the hell's going on in this game. We met some old friends, kind of. We met some new horrible things. And I think I'm right in saying that is the last we will see of spiders in this game. So you can take that away with you. That's something. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for making it. Thank you for naming people. Coming up with funny names like Pikachu. Looking forward to this all day. It was totally worth it. Yeah! Glad I could make happy times. And thank you very much for the drawing of the non-binarity. They're looking good. Yeah. Take care. Have a wonderful time, everyone. Enjoy yourselves. I'll leave you with some very good music. Goodbye.